Hi, World Geography class. I'm not here today, but you can still be geographers today. Today's goal is to practice using the landscape investigation tool, the SEE framework that you got on pink last class. But first, pause now while Jack, Jared, or Kyle in our respective classes do daily current events. Pause here. Okay, now that you've done daily current events, you're all going to need the pink sheet from last class. If you weren't here last class, you can get a pink sheet in the if you were absent bin on top of the file cabinet by the door. But most of you were here. So this is our SEE framework number 1. In first hour and second hour, we started going over some of this. In third hour, we didn't have the chance. What I would like you to do right now with the substitute teacher is take 10 or 15 minutes and just go through and add any details that you can to each of the sections of the SEE framework: spatial, ecological, economic, and historical. The substitute teacher has a copy of my notes, and all the sub has to do right now is turn on the document camera by pressing the button here. It will go from orange to blue, and it takes a minute to warm up. And then you can just put my notes underneath, and students can share what they wrote as well as add some details from what I wrote. Not everything needs to be identical, okay? You just need to have an idea of what it's like to think like a geographer. So, pause now. Okay, now that you've used the pink sheet and you've started to think about this space, 45 Maple Street, and all of the things that make it a place historically, ecologically, economically, spatially, we're going to watch a 10-minute video that was made by the creator of the SEE framework. This guy was a professional geographer, and now he's a high school geography teacher. So he's going to talk about how he thinks like a geographer with his students. In order to play the video, the sub will just go right to my website and click on video. Pause this now. Okay. Now that you've watched the video and reviewed the pink, you are ready to do a different type of investigation today. This will set us up for some of the locations that we're going to visit next week when we do our field trip. So today, from the Today's Basket, you each took a yellow sheet, and if you didn't, you can get that now. This is our photo analysis using the SEE framework number 2. Today, you're going to be in a team, and the substitute teacher has a list of your teams. They are assigned. You don't get to choose. Sorry. And you'll be traveling with your team to different sections of photos that are historic photos of Steamboat Springs. So for each section, you're going to choose a photo to analyze. Right off the bat, for photo number 1, it doesn't matter which section you choose a photo from. Choose any one you want. There are photos in the room, there are photos in the hallway, there are photos down the stairwell. For that one, just practice identifying physical geography characteristics and human geography characteristics. After you do photo number 1, however, you get routed to different places. So the first place you're going to go is out the door. And you'll come down here to the hallway to section 1, spatial perspective. After you choose a photo in section 1, and there are 5 or 6 here, it doesn't matter which one you choose. You go through and answer as many questions as you can. Then you go to section 2, which is over here at the bulletin board. After you choose a photo from section 2, for the ecological perspective, you come back to the stairs, and do section 3, which is the economic, and there's photos down the stairs. And finally, you come back into the room, and over by table 7 by the window are your section 4 photos. The idea is that you and your team will first look at all the photos. They're pretty cool. Steamboat Springs, where we live, and it's over time, over the last 100+ years. So that's kind of cool that we have these old photos. Then select one and consider it from the spatial perspective if you're in that section, or the ecological perspective if you're in that section, or the economic, and so on. This walks you through. All the photos are labeled according to section and letter. There's specific questions that you need to answer, and it's designed to be done as a team. Once you are finished with that, and take your time with it because you have time to do this. Once you're finished with that, you can use the remainder of today to relax, breathe, sleep, work on something else. And on Friday, what we'll do is we'll try to connect all of these photos in preparation for next week's site visits. So that's the scoop. So, couple reminders. Your permission slips for the field trip are due by Friday. If any of you have them today, even though I'm not here, take them and put them in the turn-in box by the door. So first hour goes in the first hour turn-in box, and so on. Secondly, if any of you owe me Unit 1 vocabulary or the map assignment from last week, turn it in. And other than that, have fun being geographers. I'll see you Thursday or Friday. Bye.